and you ask for this certain woman, and you ask her what the amount of money you have in your checkbook. Now, I had not deposited money for a whole year. I would get the statements each month saying 0, 0, 0. Bills weren't getting paid. The mortgage wasn't being paid, and a statement would come back stamped, paid in full, okay? And another time, I had my phone bill, and I said, Lord, don't shame me. People will call me and say, this woman knows the Lord, and her phone is turned off. What do I do here? He said, pick up your lamp. There's money there for your phone bill, okay?
Wow.
And my husband said, what are you doing now? He said, hiding money. I said, if I don't have money, first of all, I was never the type to put money on the candles and pockets, That wasn't me. And so she says to me, I called, and, they don't give information on the phone.
No.
I just said, my mom just passed away, and I can't get down, and this is my checking account number. And I had a crowd of people, as I said earlier, in the house, and they were all laughing. They said, what an idiot. She's going to make such a fool of herself. Hasn't deposited a penny and has the nerve to call the bank that in a minute the police will be here to arrest this woman. She's gone crazy, mad.
I love it.
Okay? Well, you haven't heard the rest yet. Okay. And so what happened was, the woman said, I'll tell you in a moment. Okay, here it is. I said, okay, what's the amount I have? She said, $3,000. Wow. I said, I have $3,000 in the checking account. She said, yes, you do. She said, go make your payment.
Wow.
And so now I bring it to the funeral director with a smile. I said, you asked for this? Here it is. So my husband and my son would run away out of the room. Every time the director would come in, once in a while they come in to see if everything is okay. They'd run out. They'd say, oh, here it comes. Your check bounced. I said, I don't think so.
They checked your account.
Okay. So anyway, now what happens? My sister-in-law, the last night, then I called a florist, which was a woman that used to come into the beauty salon that I worked in. And she thought I was always so kind to her. And when she opened her shop, she said, someday I want to pay you back, Rose. And I said, what for? She said, no, that's what I feel I want to do. And so when my mom passed away, I called her, and we ordered about 6 different types and, baskets, because everyone said, well, you're calling, we may as well all order from the one florist.
Okay.
So I ordered about 6 beautiful pieces. I said, listen, I'll leave it up to you, whether you want them in a basket, standing, whatever you say, and all blending together. And so she sent the flowers. And the last night, my son's friend's dad came in. And he says to me, I'm sorry, my son just told me today that Mom had passed away, and I just feel I want to make it up to you. I'm so embarrassed that I didn't come sooner. I didn't even know the man. I hardly knew him. He was just a father of a friend of my son. Okay. So he would come either to drop off his son or pick him up. And so he said, what are you doing tomorrow after the funeral? Because we have... what we like to do is appreciate that people have come.
Yes.
So you have a little bite for them. They come from all over. And so I says to him, nothing yet. When I leave here, I'll order something. But when? At what time were you going to order? And so he had a sort of an A&S pork store, butcher and whatever, in Flatbush. Now, this is Copeg, Long Island.
Okay.
He says to me, tomorrow you will have food in your home.
Wow.
Okay? And so my nieces came over to me. They said, Enro, we want to set up the table for you tomorrow while you're at the cemetery. And we'll put up your coffee, your milk, and sugar, and tea, and whatever else. And we'll buy all the paper stuff. So it was like playing a deck of cards, what is it called? When you're just lying there.
Solitaire?
Well, when you're playing bluffing.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I said to the girls, okay, girls, trusting God that when the funeral was over would be paid for, and I would have extra money, whatever. Somehow the money was going to come in. And so the girls went out, they bought tea and coffee and milk and all the paper stuff, forks and spoons, set the table beautifully. Now we walk in from the cemetery and there is Virginia ham, nothing cheap. Every kind of a meat and cheeses, cakes, cookies, olives, rolls, all kinds of bread. The table was set. And here's the coffee. And the house was warm. We had no heat. And whoever was coming in said, you have money to burn. The house is so hot. Can we have some air in here? I couldn't